Mark August 12th on your calendar right now, because in the next 3 days, the sky is about to do something it will not do again for a very long time. And almost nobody is planning for it. This is not clickbait. 6 planets will be lined up before sunrise. A total solar eclipse will cross the top of the world that afternoon. And that same night, under the darkest sky of the entire year, the best meteor shower of the summer reaches its peak. 3 separate branches of astronomy, planetary, solar, and meteoric, all converging on a single 24-hour window. And the reason they're converging isn't luck, it's math. And once you see the mechanism, you'll understand exactly why this exact combination won't line up again for decades. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly when and where to look up. Let's start with the part almost nobody connects. Why does an eclipse in the afternoon have anything to do with meteors after dark? A total solar eclipse can only happen at new moon, the one phase where the moon sits directly between us and the sun, invisible in the daytime sky. That's the only geometry that lets the moon's shadow touch Earth at all. But a new moon does something else at the same time. It removes the single biggest source of light pollution in the night sky. A full moon can wash out 90% of what you'd otherwise see. A new moon gives you nothing but stars. So here's the question worth sitting with. What happens when the meteor shower of the year peaks on the exact same new moon that's producing an eclipse? You get the darkest possible sky on the one night annual meteor rates are highest. That's not 2 coincidences stacked on top of each other. It's one piece of orbital mechanics producing 2 headlines. Start with the morning, because that's where the day actually begins. In the hour and a half before sunrise on August 12th, 6 planets will be strung across the sky at once: Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, arcing from the southwest down toward the eastern horizon. Don't expect 6 equally bright dots, though. Saturn is the easy one: high, steady, unmistakably pale yellow. Mars is fainter than you'd guess, sitting low in Taurus. It won't peak in brightness until its opposition in February 2027, so right now it's still building. Uranus needs binoculars. Neptune needs a telescope. And the tightest moment of the morning is Mercury and Jupiter passing close together low in the east, in a window that can close in under 30 minutes once the sky starts to brighten. Notice who's missing from that lineup: Venus. That's not an oversight. Venus is having its own moment entirely on the other side of the sky, reaching its farthest evening separation from the sun in the days that follow, blazing in the west after sunset while the crescent moon drifts past it. 2 different planetary stories, 2 different halves of the sky, same week. Now the eclipse itself. The moon's shadow makes landfall at sunrise over remote northern Siberia, then does something almost poetic. It passes within about 100 kilometers of the North Pole, close enough that a total solar eclipse very nearly touches Earth's axis. From there, it races southeast at roughly 3,400 kilometers an hour, crossing Greenland's east coast, then western Iceland, where Reykjavik gets close to a minute of totality, the first time that city has seen one since the year 1433. The shadow's final stop is northern Spain and a corner of Portugal, delivering mainland Europe its first total solar eclipse since 1999. If you're not standing in that narrow path, you're not shut out. A much wider partial eclipse reaches across the UK, Ireland, and most of continental Europe that evening, and a smaller partial bite is visible from parts of eastern North America that afternoon. Wherever any sliver of the sun is still showing, the safety rule doesn't change. Eclipse glasses stay on the entire time, no exceptions. So the moon spends the day eclipsing the sun. What is it doing that night? Nothing. Which is exactly the point. Once the shadow has moved off the map, that same new moon leaves the sky completely dark for the Perseid meteor shower, which peaks that very night into the early hours of August 13th. Here's what makes the Perseids worth staying up for. Every August, Earth plows through the debris trail of Comet Swift-Tuttle, and those comet grains, most no bigger than a grain of sand, hit the atmosphere fast enough to burn up in a streak of light. Under a genuinely dark sky, rates can climb toward the shower's theoretical peak of around 100 meteors an hour, though most real-world viewers away from cities will see something closer to 50 to 70. The Perseids are also famous for fireballs, meteors bright enough to rival the planets, sometimes leaving a glowing trail that lingers for seconds afterward. In a normal year, moonlight steals a lot of those trails. This year, nothing does. One more date worth circling before we close this out. Eclipses don't travel alone. Because the alignment that produces a new moon eclipse holds for roughly a month, the very next full moon walks into Earth's shadow. On the night of August 27th into the 28th, a deep, partial lunar eclipse follows, nearly 93% of the moon's disk sliding into darkness, best placed for observers across the Americas. So that's the real shape of August 12th. Not one lucky event, but one piece of geometry, a new moon in exactly the right place, quietly producing 3 headlines at once: planets before dawn, a shadow crossing the top of the world by afternoon, and after dark, the clearest sky of the year for watching Earth pass through a comet's leftover dust. You have 3 days. If you're planning to catch any of it, the order is simple. Get outside before sunrise for the planets, watch the sky, or the news if you're not in the path, for the eclipse that afternoon, and then stay out after dark for the meteors. No equipment required for any of it, just a clear horizon and the willingness to actually go outside. Tell me in the comments which one you're actually going after, the planets, the eclipse, or the meteors. And if you've ever stood under a total solar eclipse before, I want to hear what it was like. If this video helped you get ready for the 12th, hit subscribe and like. And if you know someone who'd want to see this, share it with them. It really does help the channel and allows me to keep on creating videos like this. Thank you for your support and see you on the next one.